Assalamu alaikum everyone, my name's Farah Halabi and I'm a professional Muslimah life coach, and tonight I'd like to ask you a couple of questions. As you know, I'm a bit of an lazy Parker, but just a couple of questions of have you ever thought to yourself or said to yourself, if only my children behaved better, I'd be okay. If my husband just did what I asked him to do, then I'd be all right. If people just did what I want them, what I expect from them, how I want them to behave, then I'd be a-okay. If they didn't behave in such a way, if they didn't do the things that they were doing, then, then that would make me really, really happy. Have you ever said that to yourself? Have you ever thought that? And has thinking that ever helped? Did it work? Did that perhaps rare occasion that your children, or that you remember your children behaving, and I'll say behaving because what is good behaviour? It's all subjective. We're all just making it up as we go along. But when your children were behaving, did you think, this is fantastic? I am being over the moon, yeah? I'm doing cartwheels. Or did you not really take much notice? Did your other half, do something for you, or go above and beyond? Or not even above and beyond, just do what you wanted them to do? Did you stop and think, I'm so happy right now, just loving my life? Did you do that? And it sounds funny, doesn't it? But we do this in life. We go around expecting other people, or thinking that our experience, that our feelings, that our well-being, that our okayness comes from other people or things around us, circumstances, going just the way we want. And when we do that, we give away that power, that emotional kind of resilience, if you like, or ability to manage our emotions, ability to weather those storms, away to circumstances. It's a bit like saying, if it's a sunny day, then I'm happy, and I don't like it when it's raining. It makes me sad. If you look on the weight of evidence, have you always been ecstatically happy on a sunny day? And has a rainy day always meant that you are sad? I'm guessing not. Now, I'm a sweaty Betty, and so hot days, sometimes, it's lovely. It's lovely, when it's all nice and sunny, as long as I'm not outside in it. And I don't like it. But it doesn't induce this happy feeling that some days, you'd think, oh, I'm really happy when it's sunny, and I don't do very well in the cold or the rain. Now, I don't particularly like the rain, and not a great fan of the cold, but I'd rather be colder than hotter. But anyway, that's a little bit of an aside. But again, do you find yourself giving away the management, or the framework, or coping, or helping your emotions along to people? Because when we do that, there's an awful lot of pressure then, unbeknownst to the other person, on them behaving just so that we feel okay. Now, a lot of and I've done it myself. I've done it so many times myself, thinking, okay, just need the kids to behave, because if the kids are behaving, then I'm all right. If they're okay, then I'm okay. And I find a lot of my clients say that to me as well, as long as my children are happy, as long as, my home is all nice and tidy, as long as my husband's happy, then I'm happy. Really? Does their happiness equal your own? Does their experience equal your own? And how do you define their happiness then? Does their happiness, if the children are, doing well in school, or if they're, if they've got a good social network, or if they, seem to be behaving, or if your husband, what defines his happiness? What defines the happiness of others that automatically equates your own? Because when we do that as well, again, we've given over that power, that not almost that responsibility to others, that when things around us are just so, then we're okay. But are we? Is it true? You know, it'll be all right, you know, just be, I'm happy if you're happy. Not necessarily, because you could be happy with something that is not for me at all, making me happy. But, you know, if I've already set the bar that if you're okay, I'm okay, then that's going to be the thing that percolates in my mind. So, what do you do? Do you do this? I'll ask you, do you do this? Do you find that you hand over your happiness, your well-being, your emotional well-being over to others? And does it work for you? Is it working for you? I'd love to know, because for a lot of the women that come to me, and certainly in my own case, it didn't. But I used to bend over backwards. I used to turn from Mary Poppins' mum into the Hulk, because I needed my children to be just so. I needed them to fit this narrative of great, you know, what it's like to be great children. I needed to fit my husband into this excellent husband pigeonhole. I needed my home, I needed things around me to be just so, and then I'd be okay. And it was exhausting, because I was making it up all along. And I find that a lot of the ladies that come to me with very similar issues, with very similar, they're racking their brains, they're feeling guilty and frustrated, that on paper they've got everything. You know, to the outside world, they've got, you know, lovely kids, lovely home, great job, wonderful partner, you know, strong family ties, but they're not happy. There is something that's just not right, that they are almost on autopilot living. And even though to the outside world it looks like everyone else is happy, they are not, because it is not true that if you're happy, I'm happy. It might be, you know, if they're happy, you might be happy with it, but it's not a standard. It's not a constant. And when we realise that, and when we go to actually what not just makes us happy, but content, at peace, fulfilled, fulfilling our purpose, interacting with the world, showing up in the world the way that we want, in a way that makes sense to us, in a way that we are, you know, living our best lives, but not for the sake of you know, showing to other people, that we are actually living our best lives, that we are connected to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, that we are, you know, we are here, we're present, we're in the moment, we're all of those cliches, but we are, in essence, we are just content. And content is so overrated, isn't it? It's like happiness seems to be the big thing, but happiness, like all feelings, are fleeting. But if you have a sense of being okay with you, being content with you, being at peace with you, then from there, you're going to feel those happy moments a lot more. You're going to feel those happy moments, those excited moments, those joyful moments, that spark a lot more. So, I don't know if you know this, but I love a gardening analogy. So it's almost like you're watering those roots, you're making those roots strong. And I'm a big Karate Kid fan. So, you know, in my mind, when I'm saying this, the roots are strong. I've got Mr. Miyagi's voice going on in my head. But it's true, if your roots are strong, if that foundation of how you see yourself, and what you think about yourself, that your emotions, that your happiness, your purpose, your emotions, they're yours to I say to manage, but they're a gift from Allah. They're also a responsibility. You're responsible for them. You have the choice to, you know, to use them, to have them play out in your life the way that you want. But when we give over those emotions, or that responsibility to others, we're selling ourselves short all the time. So I'll ask you, do you do that? Do you find yourself doing that? And if you do, how's it working out? And would you like it to change? What's the upshot of you giving over that power to others? What is the upshot of you having or you laying the responsibility at the door of everyone else for how you feel, for your okayness, for your peace, for your contentment? And have a little bit of wonder, and I'd love to know what comes up for you. But as always, I pray that you're safe, well, happy and healthy, and I will leave you to reflect and ponder. And if you don't want to put it in the comments, then please send me a message. I'd love to know what comes up for you. And if you would like that to change, then drop me a message and let's have a conversation. Let's have a space to really put forward how that plays out in your life and see how we can go about changing that for you, inshallah. But for now, take care. Assalamu alaikum.